This is Sasha from theautismhelper.com, and this is a product preview of Baking Up Blends, Activities and Games for Initial Consonant Sounds. So I use these activities to work on both the speech of the sound, so articulating the blend correctly, and also for spelling and reading the blend correctly. So it's kind of good to work on both of those types of skills. Blends seem to be really difficult for my kids, which is why I made so many games and activities to really focus on that and give it some visual cues. Thought that would really help them out, and they've been really loving using these. So the first activity, I have directions for everything, of course, but the first activity, I laminated this page and then laminated these pages and cut each of these out and then put this part right here on a baggie. So I have a baggie for B sounds, P, S, F for all of the different sounds. So I think there's 9 different ones here. So I have a baggie for each, and then when we pull one out, I work with the kid and we go through is slip a blend and is sad a blend and go through each one to sort, and we put all the blends in the bowl. And we actually do this a lot with a spatula or a ladle, which they think is really, really fun and is a nice interactive way to do it. So this is a great fun activity for kids to do to work on sorting those sounds out and then practice saying the blends as you put them in the bowl. So that's the first interactive activity. The other one is blend recipe. So laminate this. This is a label for the baggie. And then you can practice putting sounds right here. So I'll put the B sound, mix B with R, and then we practice, say, put the B, put the R, and makes brr. So just kind of to practice, separating those sounds and putting them together in a structured way. And I made a scorecard, too, to get my little competitive kiddos really into it. So I laminated this, so we use a dry erase marker, and they tally up which ones they've said correctly. So they get a big kick out of that. Next up, I have a bunch of worksheets, and I made word banks for them because I wanted to start out using the word banks and then fade these away. So there are different sorting activities, and here are the sets of words and then the corresponding worksheets. So when we start out, we use the word banks, and then we kind of fade those out to see if we can do them by ourselves and think of our own words. Next are some similar worksheets, but just kind of taking this blend sound and writing a word that has a similar blend sound. So swim sounds like swam. So thinking of another word, block, blanket. These are really good to practice thinking of other words by ourselves and saying and thinking about them. And this is the same concept, sorting some words that sound like whisk, words that sound like spatula, so S-P-W-H. There's a few different variations of that. And then here's some posters for your room. They like this one, the recipe for a blend, because they really like that blend bowl game, but there's a few different versions of some just little cutesy things that reminding them what blends are. And last are the 2 games. First is the I Have Who Has. Here's the label for the baggie and all the cards. So I like to laminate these to keep them a little longer. So these are one of my favorite games to play because it works on social skills, building attention, and the skill. So students will say, I have Splash, who has Smooth, and the kid that has Smooth says, I have Smooth, who has Snow. And it goes all the way around. And last is Blend Bingo. So there's a bunch of calling cards because I used a ton of different words, and then there's 10 different boards. So we play whole board in my class, but you can play 3 across or 4 across or 4 corners, whatever you want. Calling out the words and putting bingo chips over the correct blend sounds. And I make my kids say them too before they can put their bingo chip on it to practice saying it one more time. So that is everything in the Baking Up Blends packet, and this was a product preview by theautismhelper.com.